understand that eventually we were gonna have to leave that path, right? Because like at a certain, and maybe because this is like more fan fiction and more like hate canon shit, but like at a certain point, I expected there to be like some more like formal shit going on, as in like not only was the Reverie a big marker for that, but we're growing in forces now. We're going to be facing like more organized forces. That's what the whole advent of Big Mom and facing a Yonko was about. That like not only are these big pirate crews like they're like almost nations, they're entire forces. Like there are 4 different forces.
I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that, bro. I'm talking about just like, okay, so it's not like we always knew, oh, we're gonna have to go fight the Yonkos and shit. But inserting the roll poneglyphs as the reason why we fight the Yonkos, to me, is dumb. Like, it's not like they just fighting the Yonkos to fight the Yonkos no more. We fighting the Yonkos because of the 4 roll poneglyphs. Like, that's what we got to get to Raftel. When it was just like you remember how Rayleigh was like, yo, Luffy, you want to fucking know how to get to Raftel? And he was like, nah, bro. And then Oda was just like, well, I'm going to tell you anyway. You got to get these roll poneglyphs. I don't know, bro. Like, that's just... It would have been raw if like they just was sailing and then like they was getting the regular poneglyphs. It was giving them hints and shit
I think this covers a huge plot hole, because one thing that people I don't even know if theories of like there are actual theories out there that are covering this, but like there has to be a reasonable method in which they actually get to Raftel, or they actually get to these like hollowed points that Roger got to. It's not just because like, oh, the sea was horrible or tough. Like that can't be the reason why they get to the final goal, because we've encountered things like that the entire storyline. Half of One Piece is a basis about like the environment being difficulties for you to progress. So like I'm not just saying that like Yonko crews and organized pirate crews are going to be like going up against you, so you're going to have to change up how you're doing things, but you have to have a reasonable way for them to actually get to Raftel. You can't just say that like, oh, they found a random island and the island told them to do this and that, like the story's alluding to. There's got to be some more concrete evidence, and it would make sense that Yonko crews, the strongest, most wealthy forces out there that are actually trying to go after this outside the Marines, if they even are, would have some of the pieces or would be closer to reaching that goal than Luffy is. It makes sense that we just figured out, or that we just learned about these road poneglyphs, that they have them and that we're gonna have to get past them to get those. And it also makes sense that for another step after this too. Like after we get the road poneglyphs, we have to figure out what to do with them. That should be a thing. But I think they've already alluded
Grimm. You gotta understand, in no point in time in this conversation did I say this shit don't make sense. I'm telling you, just take away an aspect from the story. Like, we not adventuring no more, bro. This was an adventure manga. I don't feel like we adventuring no more. I honestly just feel like, I don't know, like you could say this is an adventure to go get the roll poneglyphs and shit, bro, but it's not the same as like it was pre-time skip, you feel me? Or like, it's just not the same, bro. It's not the same feels and shit. It's like, I feel like, I get it though. It's like pre-time skip was the adventure. Post-time skip, nigga, it's buckle down time and shit, right? But like, that's what I like One Piece for, bro, was the adventure part of it and shit. That was my shit. And it's not like that no more for me.
Since when? Since like since Law came into the story? Like since Dressrosa?
I would say maybe around like then, bro. Maybe around like, because I feel like
it sounds like you're saying when they started to add responsibility to the crew, like you're responsible for getting this done, or like we have to do this, or is that what you're saying?
It's not even that, bro. It's not like positions on the crew or nothing. It's just basically like post time skip, bro. The adventure element to me is kind of gone. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not an adventure no more. It's like you go to this island to do this instead of we sailing. We get to this island and we find out about this. Like, it ain't never like ever since like post time skip, bro. The last island that we actually just sailed to was what the fuck is that? Punk Hazard? That was the last island we technically just sailed to, Like every other island, somebody told them like, yo, go here, you got to do this and all that other shit. You feel me?
I mean, we were going to the Grand Line though for the majority of the storyline and shit. And then when we got there was a terrific part. You haven't said anything about that, so like I feel like you're just saying that.
Yeah, but that's that's the point, right? The Grand Line, to get to the Grand Line, Fishman Island, and get to the New World, that was the goal, right? But in between there, how we got there, it wasn't like, oh yeah, we get to this island and then we pick up somebody and they say, yo, go to this island next. It was we just sailing and we happen to come upon like fucking a Alabaster or some shit. You know, besides like Alabaster, I feel like every other arc was just like you just sailed. We found out some shit was happening here, and it inadvertently led to some extra shit. You feel me?
No, that's
it
what Vinny's lobby was too. All of Vinny's lobby was
I mean, all of that shit was everything with Robin is that's that, right? But I'm talking about all the rest of the shit. That's probably like a good 30% of like pre-time skip, bro. The Robin shit.
Then I think I'm confusing your feelings with like because for example, in every single like adventure arc, right, that you're talking about, we eventually like we're given a purpose or we're given a reason as to why we have to stay there or get something done. But like, are you saying that
why we went there is not the same as why we go to these islands now? Like we go to islands now with purposes instead of we go to the island. Like the purpose for most of the islands before was just like, yo, you go to these islands to get to the Grand Line, and then on these islands you find out little tad bits of information, you fight a dude, shit like that, and it furthers the goal and shit, right? But like now it's like you go to an island with a purpose. Like as soon as you set sail to this island, nigga, like, oh yeah, we going to fuck up Doflamingo. We going to Zoe because y'all niggas gotta go to Zoe. We going to fucking Wano because of this. Like it's not like the random sailing shit. It's not like the sense of adventure and shit no more for me. It's literally just like y'all got missions and shit now.
And you think, well, I don't know, bro, because I would say that like once we got the whole like after Sabaody, right, when Luffy got sent over there to Amazon Lily, and then we found out the course of actions that he had to take from going from Input Down to Marineford to try to save Ace. I would say that would be like you have a mission the entire time, and we still got adventure, or like at least some adventure after that point.
I want to say that's like adventuring. I would just like listen. The only reason why I really like that's like technically, even though I'm telling you like the shit that I really liked in One Piece was the adventure. That stretch of like being from Sabaody to fucking Marineford is my favorite part of One Piece, right? But it's my favorite part of One Piece for completely different reasons than why I like the rest of One Piece. If you get what I'm saying, it's everything that was going on. Fucking, I don't know, bro. I just feel like I'm not invested as I was back in the day to like the shit that's going on now. Like this Wano shit, I don't really care for it, bro. I really don't.
Oh yeah, for a minute. Like even since before, I don't even know why. Yeah, before we got to Wano, I wasn't interested in Wano. I'm like, why does it matter? And then the only thing that got me interested was like the whole samurai thing, and like point by point, like every single step along the way, it has failed to meet that expectation. Like not only when we got to see the supernovas was that like not satisfactory, like it fell short of what we had seen before and shit like that, but the entire like unraveling of the storyline was just once again based around like the fodder in that island, and I'm okay with that. Like we've had it with Skypiea, we got it with Alabasta. I'm okay with dealing with the problems in that island and in that aspect, but like you can't hype up these people to be what they hyped them up to, and then the majority of the crew is stronger than half the people on these islands. It's like there's no competition. Is it just Kaido? Like,
yeah, bro. And I just don't like how like I just don't like. I feel like he not scared. Like it's his story. He could do what he want, bro. But like realistically, bro, he don't do shit right. He don't proper scale his shit. Like there's no reason that fucking Luffy then went through everything he went through post time skip, all that shit, right? And then he get beat the fuck up by Kaido. He go train again, and nigga, he fighting Kaido now, and he can injure him, right? And then you give Zoro one new sword. Zoro has not had no time, no training since post time skip. He hasn't had an extreme diff fight. The girls haki, none of that shit. And Zoro can go like be comparable to Luffy. Like that don't make sense. Killer doing the same shit don't make sense. Like all of that shit just don't make sense, bro. It's stupid. I feel like he's just rushing the shit along because he want to be done. It's not. I feel like it's not real thought out no more.
I always said that he never like bridged the gap between like Yonko, Admiral, and anything else. Like there's, to me, what we saw in Marineford was clearly indicative of what we're supposed to expect now, because that was what that was. That was like the strongest niggas showing up to deal with like one of the crazy situations in the entire era. Like the strongest niggas did show up. The strongest niggas fought, and we saw how that happened. We saw the scenario, we saw the arena, we saw how that went down. But like these people, I don't have evidence to say these people are like that now. Like, are you telling me that because Luffy was just beating these niggas for fun, in stupid ways before that it's gonna happen again now. Like the way he beat Crocodile, the way he beat Enel, those were cheap ways to beat them. Like you've had so much time to write this story, and now we're here at this point, and like you still have it. Like that's why I say we're either missing an entire arc where we're bridging the gap between Admiral, Yonko, and anything else, or we're just gonna bullshit it. Cause like, I don't feel that Luffy or anybody at his level should be able to beat even an Admiral, and niggas believe that Admirals are weaker than Yonkos. So now Luffy can just all of a sudden beat Yonkos now? Like,
listen, man. Like, it's weird because it's like in his story, bro. He be put like in his story, like everybody else that's not this generation. It took them long as fuck to even be that strong. And then it's this generation. It only take these niggas like 2 years, 6 months. You know, they this strong already and shit. That's just dumb. I don't like, bro. Luffy got one shot. Luffy got one shot at the start of the arc. He got training in a new hockey, and he can injure Kaido now. Like that don't it 2 weeks, and that was only 2 weeks, bro. He went and trained for 2 weeks. What is that? That's dumb. And why would like I don't like that whole aspect of like. I don't know if you know, but like when Kaido see a nigga with conquerors, he be like, bet, I'm gonna break his will and he gonna be under my crew on shit. Like, why didn't you just kill this dude?
Nah, I like that. I like that. That gives some more like some tactic and some more substance to that character. It's not like there has a reason why he's not killing individuals, and that reason happens to reflect in like the actual setting for the character. Like whenever you see Kaido, whenever you get to know Kaido, you encounter the people who he's broken their will, who joined his crew because of that. So it makes sense for him to claim that or tote that up against Luffy.
Okay, bro. Okay, let me put it to you like this, Grimm. When Luffy, bro, kid, you could get kid, all that shit, right? But Luffy himself, like when you, unless Kaido just some stupid ass nigga, which he probably is, right? But the dude that fucking, because Kaido himself, like he know, like, nigga, I can't declare war on the whole world government. They come fold me. That's why he building the army and shit. He allying with Big Mom, all that shit to do that. Luffy declared war on the world government long ass time ago. Nigga broke out of all. He went to basically every government facility that's something major, and broke out of that shit and left and survived. He went to fucking Big Mom crew, so Big Mom shit, survived. Like, bro, listen, when you talk about a dude like that, that's just to me, that's just somebody like, yo, after I one shot you, I'm beating the shit out you and I'm killing you because like you was a problem. Like it's something about you, like, nigga, Whitebeard couldn't even escape Marineford, but you did. What the fuck?
Nah, bro. I mean that's more alluding to like, I could see why Kaido would say that in like a character sense in terms of dialogue, because there's something unknown as to why Luffy keeps like having all these great feats, but we're there for the reality of these things. Like it's not like it was back in Alabasta where niggas lied and said that Smoker defeated Crocodile. Like, no, we know that Fujitora could have captured Luffy if he wanted to. We know what could have happened to Luffy on Whole Cake Island. We saw all these circumstances and all these instances where like, oh shit, it is really, really close.
See, like, but do you talking about what we know? Kaido's not us, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's part of the world, and the world perception of it is just like, even though he could talk to Big Mom and Big Mom could tell him like, yeah, da 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 da. But from my perspective, as like, if I was Kaido, it'd be like, dude, yo, if I fought you, Big Mom, we go into like a high diff, extreme diff, whatever you want to say. We gonna fight for days. So you telling me this little ass rookie that I just one shot went to your house, broke all that shit up with like 4 or 5 niggas and escaped and beat your son up. I'm not playing no games with this dude. He got like it's something with this dude. Like I'm thinking logically. You know, you feel me? I'm just being like logical. And like it just don't make sense to like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna institute you in my crew when you talking about a dude that like, nigga, Kaido, he'll probably go fight the 3 admirals, but he know like, nigga, I'll get captured.
I think that's
like,
been used,
listen,
though. Like they use that like that sensible, reasonable character trait with Doflamingo. Like as much as niggas want to say that Doflamingo was all like pompous and like hype, like no, the nigga really thought out what was going on. He made his arc difficult on purpose. Like Doflamingo was putting in that work. He was an intellectual.
At the end of the arc, he did the same shit. He literally was like, bro, listen, at the end of the Doflamingo arc, and Doflamingo my favorite nigga, but he slipped up. He parasited Luffy and then was like, yo, go full power, and made him go into Gear Force. That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why it's like, it's like these niggas be logical up until they deal with Luffy, and then when Luffy come in, logic out the window. That's why it's like it's dumb. I don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's that cheap shit. Yeah, I get it. I mean, like, but I don't know, bro. Cause you can do other ways, and they're cheap as well. Like, you give some niggas some fake power up and shit, and then they use that to beat the guy, and it only works for that one guy, or like they get a power up that happens to just be at the right moment. Like, there's all different kinds of ways to get the main or a character a cheap win. It's not just like, oh, the main villain is underestimating him at a stupid time, or Doflamingo's case, fucking overestimates him or gauges him appropriately, and then decides to play around at the end and then get his ass beat. Like, I think there's a bunch of different ways that you can like
do shit like that.
Yeah, make it stupid or whatever. So it's like, I don't know what to really say, bro. It's just Oda's writing style. You gotta remember, this is a shonen, not a seinen. That's why I mess with One Punch a lot more, because, and it's starting to get into the kiddie side too, which is why I'm not okay with this right now. But like, they don't have to like spell shit out for you. Like, that's the problem with like One Piece. Like, everything is spelled out, and then you get to that point to where even he's pretending
everything not spelled out. But listen, everything. Oda give you half a sentence. He give you like, nigga. He give you half the sentence, bro. It's not all spelled out, and that's why niggas love One Piece, bro. And I feel like I grew to not like that shit, like that half telling me shit. There's no reason we 1,000 chapters in, and like I still don't know what Conqueror's Haki do. I still don't know what the Willie D. Bro, this nigga, you been going for 20 fucking years, bro. Like, I get that that's your style of storytelling, but like, it come to a point where it's just like, bro, there's no reason that we shouldn't know that Zoro's the fucking first mate. There's no reason that we shouldn't know like Shanks is an actual swordsman and he weaker than Mihawk, or Shanks being a Yonko make him stronger than Mihawk. Like, little shit like that. Like, and he do that shit on purpose to keep people interested, so they can have them stupid ass talks like Mihawk versus Shanks, or Sanji could actually be the first mate. He's stronger than, like, shit like that, bro. He give you half sentences.
I get what you're saying. Like, with his writing style is like to leave information out on purpose, like the whole mystery box shit to do for movies. But I'm talking about in terms of like character development. Like, this character is best expressed by this capability, and by like not having that, or by doing it in a stupid way, you take away from that character. I'm simply saying that we've had multiple instances where individuals not only have the capability or have the information to beat Luffy, but they've chosen to like not do it. Yeah, and like that's what I'm talking about. In One Punch Man, when you talk about like not just defeating, but in terms of character development, like an example with like Child Emperor and Zombie Man, or Atomic Samurai and Neon. Those are four characters that are like, they have independent relationships with each other in terms of like a master and student, in like mentor relationships, but they express it too much. They spell it out. It's as if like you can't understand that like Atomic Samurai saying good job and then showing up to say with Eon, and you draw a picture of like Atomic Samurai is huge, his back's turned to Eon, and Eon is looking up at his back. Like, we understand what that means. We understand that he's looking up to his master Atomic Samurai, and he's coming to save the day, and that Atomic Samurai is saying that like, yes, we know you did a good job, Eon, I got you now. But they have to like throw in some weird, extra expressive, extra long panels or sequences of panels that take away from fights. Like, they've done that now in the recent volume releases. They've taken away pages out of fights, or panels out of fights, to put more like emotional shit, or characters expressing their feelings, or like talking, or some like useless shit.
Yo, Grimm, give me a second. You could keep talking, bro, but I'm listening. Just know I can't talk right now. Yeah. I'm listening though.
I got you. Yeah. But yeah, it's just some useless like way to like express the character's feeling, or like express more emotion than you already have. It's just like they're adding on top of what you already understand, like more gravy to the mashed potatoes and gravy that you already have. It's oversaturating the situation. And like, as much as I love One Piece, like that's kind of what I see. Like, that's always been the case. Like, it's always been the case that it has to be some lovey-dovey reason for Luffy to win, and that the excuse as to why he gets it is that like, oh, friendship, or oh, like he did this right, or oh, this character faltered, or some type of like. The thing that pissed me off most was the NL thing, that like that compatibility difference. Like, if you're gonna make it like that, make it consistent. Like make it consistent that like this trait or this ability doesn't work well against that other ability, but he doesn't make it consistent. It's not consistent across the storyline. A lot of things are not like that. So I feel like after a while, I was just like juggling like what excuses I could actually use and give to Oda to excuse a lot of the dumb shit that I see in the writing. It was like, I'm just like, I'm too old for half this shit, bro. Like maybe I shouldn't be reading this instead of just trashing.
Bro, listen, nigga, what's Luffy's dream?
Become Pirate King.
That's not even his real dream, bro.
Oh, his dream is to be free.
Bro, listen, bro. When you so connected to it, we know that when Luffy think about being the Pirate King, that's to be the freest dude. That's what Luffy think the Pirate King is. So those two correlate. But what I'm telling you is that's not even his real dream. Luffy has a separate dream from being a Pirate King that they just introduced to us. And to me, that's so fucking dumb.
They just introduced that to us? What?
Yes, dude.
What is it?
We don't know. We don't know, bro. We 1,000 chapters deep, bro. We don't know that this nigga had a second dream. What the fuck?
Wait, he had or has?
He has. Like, he been had it since he was a kid. Like, you gotta understand, like, bro, I guess it was I'm not even gonna say it was alluded to because it's like, ever since he was a kid, nigga, you know Luffy wanted to be a pirate, but Shanks was the one that gave him the dream to be the Pirate King and shit, right? So then, before he ever met Shanks, he had a conversation with Ace and Sabo, and he had a dream from that. That's what I'm telling you, like, bro. And to me, that's just so dumb that we 1,000 chapters deep and we just now finding that out. It's mad shit like that that's just like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, bro, listen, the only nigga to ever scar Kaido was this nigga Odin. They say it was only one sword that scarred him, right? It's only one. Then get the legendary sword that scarred Kaido. But technically, nigga, Kaido got cut by 2 fucking swords. So that's dumb too. Another dumb thing, nigga, Kaido looked at Luffy after he punched him and then was like, yo, it's only like a couple of people that could fight me. And then, nigga, he looked at Luffy and there was shadows in the background. And the shadows was Odin, Shanks, motherfucking Zebek, Whitebeard, and Roger. But Odin is the only dude that ever got close to killing Kaido. All of that shit don't make sense, bro. Like, it's stupid. Like, how do you make Odin the only dude that ever got close to killing Kaido, but then Kaido be like, yo, the rest of these niggas though, man, the rest of these niggas same level as Odin. Like, bro, it don't make sense, bro. It's stupid.
How did he get captured so many times or whatever?
That's, bro. It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense, Grimm. It don't. I just be listening to these niggas talking shit. Niggas be in the Discord talking about fucking suffixes and shit like that. Like, cause I guess in the last chapter, fucking Killer and Zoro went to slash Kaido, and like, you know, it's black and white. So people arguing like, yo, did they cut him or did they not cut him? People saying they didn't cut him, and then it's niggas looking at the panel and like, yo, look at this suffix joint. If you go through One Piece and you look at every time somebody ever got cut and they bled, it was the same suffix. This suffix means deep cut. Like, dude, shit like that is just fucking dumb, bro. It's so dumb. Like, fuck type of shit is this?
Oh shit, bro. Just make it clear. I mean, Oda's drawing style isn't like the worst in the world. Like, there's some panels or some fights in there that are entertaining. So like the Cracker fight I found entertaining while I was reading through it. The Marineford was actually pretty entertaining reading through it. It's not all the time where he has horrible art, but like, man, has he been like all over the place? Like, and no doubt, like, Wano is being tributed with like different art styles for particular reasons. In certain instances, like whenever we got to the waterfall thing, that was obviously drawn differently as well. But like, I don't know, bro. It's hard to tell what happens in One Piece sometimes, bro.
I just feel like Oda been dropping the ball for a long time. It's not the shit that I was like, yo, this the best manga. It's definitely not that shit no more, dude. Like, I was literally out here telling niggas, like, yo, One Piece is the best. It's definitely not even in my top 5 or like damn near in my top 10 no more.
I don't even know like why would it be That's the whole thing about like storytelling, bro. It's all subjective and shit. And you can find multiple examples of people doing like the base things that you need for storytelling really, really, really well, but they mess up in like other aspects, and that may change the whole concept. Like, I don't think Oda has all the basics down really, really well. That's, to me, it's just, that's why I said
he got other shit down really, really well.
Yes.
It's not, he don't got the basics down.
Yes,
it's a fact. And that's why I feel like when I had One Piece at number 1, it was because I was like a normie ass nigga and I didn't want to fucking read mad other shit. Like, One Piece was probably like, besides all the shit that came on like Adult Swim that we grew up watching, One Piece was like the first anime that I watched that I was like, I bet, let me watch this, because Naruto and Bleach ended and shit. So like, bro, it was just like, it was one of like the first 10 or some shit. So of course it's gonna be like, yeah, what's the name? But then you keep going and finding out other shit, and you see the shit, like certain shit that like mirror shit and other shit, and you see how they handle it, and you just be like, what the fuck is Oda doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? It don't make sense.
I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, I want, like, because it's not like One Piece isn't immersive. Like it's very, very immersive. That's why we're Jits. It's so long, and you actually, if you get into it, like, there's room for you to get into it. Like, there's some stories in there where like you try to get deep into it, but there's not enough substance, or like there's not that much into it for you to get deep into, or like for you to get like, you know, to appreciate or think about all the time, or to speculate about all the time. Like, even Seven Deadly Sins was kind of shallow at that. Like, you can get into some of the lore, but the lore wasn't like so crazily deep. Like, the backstory wasn't that crazily deep that you could connect everything. And a lot of the things were like, they weren't clear. But One Piece, like, each island has deep histories and deep little pockets of information that you can get immersed into, bro. Like, if you wanted to, you can still be a fan that's like super into Skypiea, and there would probably still be like storylines and links that you could like link to current day or link to other
current day shit.
Yeah, like One Piece, you can be immersed, and you can like one arc, you can like one part, you can like this or that, this episode, this fight or whatever, and like the overall parts of the story will still connect to it, and it seems fine. That's why I think One Piece is considered like that, because if you start reading it, you'll keep reading for at least for a while. And that's not every single case, it's not uniform, but like, at least for myself, once I got into One Piece, it was definitely easier for me to stay in One Piece. But like I said from the beginning, bro, like, this is kiddie shit, bro. This is 100% kiddie storytelling.
It is, bro. It definitely is. I don't know, bro. Like, it's just it's not the same, bro. That's all I could say. Like, when I love this shit, it definitely is not the same as what it is now. And then you just got, like, I don't know, bro. If I would say like a small percentage of this shit is the community and shit, bro. Because it's like, now that I don't read One Piece and I still be in the Discord, I get niggas that be like, yo, Sensei, read One Piece, all this shit happening, Wano the greatest arc, da-da-da-da-da. And I just be like, dude, like, bro, you don't understand that. What you telling me right now is some opinionated shit. Like, nigga, my favorite arc in One Piece is Dressrosa. A lot of people don't even like Dressrosa. They be like, oh, that shit was trash, da-da-da-da-da. But that's my favorite arc, nigga. So, like, you saying Wano is the best arc, bro, that's opinionated. That's how you feel. And then you would argue me tooth and nail, like, well, you don't even know what's going on, man. That shit dumb, dude. I hate that shit, bro. I really hate that shit, dude. I don't even fuck with Big News no more over that shit, bro.
For real?
Like,
oh, that's a simp right there, bro. My nigga Big News be, bro. That was the whole. That's kind of what got me like not necessarily like wavering, but confused as to like what my true opinion on Wano was, because it was niggas like Big News who, like, ain't nothing wrong with Big News, but that nigga was hard trained on that Wano shit, bro. Like, anything that happened in Wano was greatness, regardless of what it was, bro. Yes,
yeah, the best.
And there was multiple, bro. Half the Discord was like that, bro. Everything that you trust the process, bro. Trust the plan, bro. It's gonna be great, bro. Like, just wait. Is this the first act, bro? Oh, is this the second act, bro? Oh, is this the third act, bro? Like, how many acts you got to go through before it gets good? Be like, what? It's like when niggas tell you, bro, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Then you open the first page. Oh, don't judge a book by the first page. Oh, you read the first chapter. Oh, you got to read 10 chapters. Nigga, like, I gotta finish the book to tell you whether I like it or not. What the fuck, bro? Like, no, like, that's not how it is, bro. 100%. I did not think Wano had the substance when I came into that, when we first started going into that bitch. I thought I had the strong feeling it was gonna be disappointing, and as far as I can tell so far, it hasn't reached that high point. Like, even with the supernovas coming in, like, I'm still waiting.
Yeah, but you could just look at, I feel like, bro, niggas don't like to say this shit, bro, but like, the Discord like BDA, I guess niggas be loving Wano and shit, bro. But when you look at the overall community, bro, One Piece sold 8 million copies last year.
Is that bad?
That's bad, bro. I'm talking about it's no. Listen. It's good in terms of every other manga, basically. But in terms of One Piece, bro, is bad. Like One Piece used to sell like 30 million copies a year, 40 million copies a year, bro.
Yeah, I heard it's been decreasing though. I heard that with the advent of like mobile or sites online, that manga sales in general have been decreasing.
No, nigga, go look at Demon Slayer. Or if you look at Jujutsu Kaisen right now, it's mad manga that's just actually like increasing their sales. Now other manga that's increasing their sales, bro.
But I'm talking about in scale though, like, cause I remember, I think I saw a video. It was a video talking about Bleach and how I think it was like Clyde or some big YouTuber was trying to claim that like in their fall of Bleach video that Bleach's sales were dropping, but he made the comparison that they're across the board, all mangas, including One Piece and Naruto, were losing a scale in terms of sales. Like they were going from like 30 to like 20. Like One Piece is still on top, Naruto's still on top, but they were losing huge amounts of sales. So isn't that attributed to that as well? Like 8 compared to 32 before?
It's weird, bro, because I guess you could attribute that to that, but then it's like, bro, recently, bro, like My Hero Academia, like each year it increases sales. You got like the 2 new giants, Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. Jujutsu Kaisen is selling like first week sales like 1 million copies, 2 million copies and shit.
Fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like fucking Demon Slayer sold 86 million in 1 year. So it's like, bro, you didn't know that? You didn't know Demon Slayer sold 86 million copies last year? I'm talking about from November 2019 to November 2020, niggas sold 86 million copies.
Bro, niggas like trash. That's the only thing I can explain. Niggas like trash. They're like, what?
So that's what I'm like, bro. It's not like, bro, people just losing interest in this shit, bro. To me, it's not the same as like when Oda was in his heyday, making niggas like, oh yeah, bro, I gotta buy this shit. Da 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 da. It's not the same no more, bro. It's really not the same,
bro. Like we're older too, bro. You don't think it's us,
bruh? I would think it's that, but bro, when I bring up like how good Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen is doing, I feel like the general audience of what Shonen Jump is going to a different direction, and they don't. You could say it's us growing, like we don't like this kitty shit no more. I guess that is it, right? It's us not liking this kitty shit no more because we grew up. That's what I really think it is, and that's why like series that's darker, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, is getting what they getting instead of the One Pieces and shit, like the lighthearted content.
Because I haven't dove into those two. Like I've just seen like a bunch of like trailers, clips, and shit like that. Like, you think it's because they have dark styles that they're leading? What about My Hero? My Hero doesn't have a dark style.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: My Hero, I feel like My Hero capitalized on the superhero genre, and that's why like superheroes in general at the point in time when My Hero came out was like the biggest thing. It was the biggest commodity and shit.
Yeah.
So like they capitalized on that. And plus, My Hero got dark. To me, bro, nigga, are you up to date on My Hero?
Nigga, I don't read that bitch.
Bro, listen, ever since like I would say like 3 arcs ago, My Hero been dark as shit, Grimm.
Like niggas dying,
they got niggas dying. They did.
Is it fake dark, bro? Like, is it like dark compared to what is before, or is it actually dark, bro?
It's actually like dark. I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? The nigga literally did a whole mob villain arc. So like we switched from Deku and them boys, and we went to Shigaraki, and then nigga he had his own arc with all of the villain niggas, and then after that, motherfucking nigga, we come back to the heroes, and then they go raid the villains, and then now it's a full scale war. Like Japan is ruined, nigga, right now. As of right now, All for One just broke out. Japan is ruined, all that. Like it got dark, bro. Niggas getting their limbs tore off. Motherfucking mad shit, bro. Mad shit is going on in My Hero right now. It's way crazier than like, bro. I seen a nigga. You know that nigga Gran Torino, that one jumpy old ass man, nigga.
Yeah,
have you ever seen My Hero? Shigaraki put a hole through that nigga.
Well, he killed him.
We don't know if he dead right now, bro, but he definitely punched a hole through his body.
There we go, bro. That's what I'm talking about with that kitty shit, bro. Like,
listen. What I'm saying is we don't know if he dead. Is like, nigga, the last time we seen him, he said 2 words to Deku, nigga, and then he fainted. So he could be dead, nigga. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, on the possibility that the kitty shit is still prevailing, he could come back. But, like, all reasonable doubt, though, that nigga's dead. They ripped off Eraserhead motherfucking legs and arm. Like, a leg and an arm. That nigga, like, bro, I'm telling you, like, it got crazy in My Hero, bro. Like, real crazy.
Damn, bro. I had to drop that one when, during the Stain fight, bro. I just couldn't tolerate the rocket feet. I'm like, no. And because he was trying to make that shit serious, I'm like, please just make this a side character, like a support character, like the tongue guy, who's just in there for like jokes. And I don't even know if they make the tongue guy serious or whatever. But once I saw them actually going real hard for him, I was like, I can't do this. This is too stupid. There's no way. I gave it a chance to. It's not like I just saw it off the bat. Like I watched into it, I read into it. It was a point that I liked My Hero so much that I was reading the anime. It was when the anime was first coming out, the first season. The episodes were taking so long to come out that I would read ahead 2 or 3 chapters, and then the episode would come out, and then I'd stop, watch the episode or calm down. But then I'm still ahead already. So I keep reading, and that's how I got to the Stain fight, and then dropped it. And then I saw it in the anime, and then I was like, no, they didn't even know. I just didn't like that. I could not. The powers are just too stupid in that story. The rest of it's fine. The powers are just way too stupid in that story, bro.
I gotta get this one. I'm trying to get this one panel for you, bro. This nigga All For One took over this nigga Shigaraki. Like, they literally show you a panel of, like, All For One appearing out of Shigaraki fucking face, bro. And it looks so crazy. Like, bro, fucking My Hero got crazy, bro. I mean, like, it really took a deep turn. Like, it's not the same shit that you remember, Grimm. I'll definitely let you know that now. It's definitely some darker shit.
Is it the best out of the ones that are coming out right now? Like, what's the best shit coming out right now to you?
Okay, so the only things that I fucking keep up with right now in terms of like manga is Boruto, Dragon Ball Super, Black Clover, My Hero, I guess, right? And if I had to put a dot, like, I like Black Clover more than all of them joints, right? But if I had to put like a dot on it, it'll probably be My Hero. Boruto, like, probably like a close second.
Boruto's good, bro.
Yeah, Boruto in the manga is good, bro. And the manga is definitely good. The anime, I can't speak for it, but the manga, bruh, that nigga, did you ever see like the Boruto movie and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how at the end of the Boruto movie, that nigga, Boruto kill a dude, and then he get that mark in his arm
from throwing off the Rasengan.
Yeah, like it's a little dot. Like, you know how at the end of the movie, fucking that nigga stop time, and then he go talk to him, and then he touch his arm, and then it's like a little triangle, like a little diamond in his arm and shit.
Bro, you talking about which Boruto? The first one, bro, or it's the second one?
No, it's in the first movie. Matter of fact,
the one where Sasuke and Naruto fight Momoshiki.
Yes.
They stopped timing that bit, nigga?
Okay, so after Boruto launched the big ass Rasengan, like, fucking they celebrating, and then the nigga Momoshiki, like, his spirit stops time and goes to talk to Boruto, right? He talking to this nigga Boruto, and then he say, yo, your blue eyes is gonna take everything away from you. And then it's a little mark that appear on this nigga. So what that mark is, it's called a karma. And what that shit is, bro, is just
curse.
That nigga's genetic. It's his genetic information, so he could be reborn in Boruto's body. Nigga.
What the what?
Yes, bro. But listen. You gotta understand. Like, you remember in that movie how he came with that other nigga. They came in a pair.
Yeah, the big
nigga.
Yeah.
Kaguya came in a pair and betrayed the dude that she came with. Cause how this shit is supposed to work is they come. They plant the god tree, and you're supposed to feed a Otsutsuki to the god tree to spawn the fruit, right? She betrayed that nigga, and then nigga, like, she thought she killed him or whatever, and boom. So, like, she just stayed on the earth. She never bore the fruit or whatever. So this dude that she betrayed, he come back and he started his own organization called Kara. And fucking, they got, like, they own some shit in this shit, bro. Like, it's a lot of shit going on in Boruto right now. It's actually good. It's good. The only reason why I can't place it above My Hero is because of personal prejudice. Like, I just don't like fucking, like how I told you, it's the nigga genetic information.
Yeah.
It's like a fight that go on, and they win. Like, they beat this dude that Kaguya came with or whatever. He was broken as shit, beating the shit out of Naruto and all of them. They win, right? He died. And then at the end of the fucking fight, this nigga Momoshiki take over Boruto body and go stab Sasuke in his Rinnegan eye. I just don't like that. Like, damn, why you had to take Sasuke Rinnegan away? But other than that, bro, Boruto's fire. It's literally fire, bro. I'm not even lying to you. It's fire.
Nah, when I saw that multiple Sharingan shit where niggas were making clones of other niggas using other people's blood, and then they all had like, nah, it was like.
Oh, you talking about that Shin Uchiha shit?
Yeah.
See, now that's not. I would say that's Boruto, bro, but that's literally just like a side story.
Okay, that's
not
shit?
Like that's like a side story. That's not like in the Boruto manga. Like, if you used to go read the Boruto manga right now, there's nowhere in the Boruto manga.
Really?
Yeah, it's nowhere in
bro,
that
shit. That shit looks so trash.
Yeah, I ain't like it either. I ain't like it either like that. But like,
is that gonna show up in the manga?
No, it's never gonna show up in the manga. Like, they never were like where it's at in the anime. They already passed that point in the manga, like way past that point. That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit'll never show up.
That was probably some filler shit though.
Yeah, like, bro, basically most of the Boruto anime is filler. Everything in them, like,
yeah, nigga, I heard they started the anime at the same time they started the manga, so they had to make time for the manga to like get ahead of the anime, some shit like that.
Nigga, just last month is the first time that they animated. Like, okay, so I'm gonna put it to you like this: Boruto, the anime, is probably like 200 episodes deep. Out of those 200 episodes, only 5 chapters of the manga have been animated, or like 10 chapters of the manga has been animated. Some low ass number like that. Probably at max 20 or some shit, right? They just started like last month animating the shit that I was just telling you about, like the Kara, the nigga that betrayed, that nigga that Kaguya betrayed, all that. They just started animating that shit last month.
That's crazy, bro. It's gonna be
like, you know how at the beginning of Boruto, they show you that nigga, and they like, he just got introduced into the anime last month, nigga. Boruto's been running for 2 years, since like 2016, bro, or 2017, some shit like that.
Bro, I'm telling you, that has to be a big ass reason why half of these shits fail, bro. Because my entire opinion on Boruto is based off of that. Like, none of the hype from the manga is getting to me. And like, I follow a bunch of different channels, follow a bunch of different big content creators from the anime community. They cover a bunch of different shit. I would even say that I have people in my subscriptions that cover each of the big mangas individually. Like, that's their main thing. And they also cover or have done content on other videos. That's why I follow them. And like, I'm not getting any news from that. Like, I know my nigga, my boy J Cloud, he blew up off the Black Clover stuff, bro. He's been like, he was consistent with it. He was editing his videos really, really well. And I think he has like 15 or 12K subscribers right now. He's getting like 20, 30K a video, bro. Doing them, I'll link
Black Clover reviews.
Yeah. You know J Cloud?
I've seen his videos around. I don't think I've ever watched one though.
Okay. I think he's still in here. We used to do the Jeopardy shit and shit like that. But like, the anime has to have like the biggest influence out of anything, bro. Like, it's
yeah, because the anime is what gets you to read a fucking manga.
100%, bro. Like, that Sharingan shit is turning me off from that 100%. Like, I didn't like how Naruto ended in the first place, so that's also turning me off of it. I don't know. To be honest with you, bro, out of all the anime we've talked about, I'm the least ready to hop on Boruto. Like, even
Boruto, I feel you. I feel you. But listen, Grimm, I'll put it to you like this, like, nigga, how that's why, like, because I'm not up to date on Jujutsu Kaisen for the sole reason that the anime is out. It's coming out week to week now. So it's like, why I'm going to wait for the anime to finish and then pick up the manga. But bro, what I'm hearing from people in terms of who read the manga, they saying the arc that's going on in Jujutsu Kaisen is the best arc in Shonen Jump in a while.
I don't know about that, bro.
I'm talking about like the best arc that's like this best arc that's been in Shonen Jump in like a year or some shit.
Arc,
and that's why arc.
Oh,
like, you gotta remember, Grimm, One Punch Man is not technically in Shonen Jump, nigga. So discount that. Don't go fanboy right now.
Thinking facts. This is what it is.
And plus, yo, Grimm, you know what else is crazy? Like, I know you don't read the webcomic, but One Punch Man be making me so angry because, like, bro, y'all have been in between 2 chapters of the webcomic for 1 year. For 1 year, y'all been in between 2 chapters of the webcomic, bro.
Bro, you think we like that, bro? Like, and it's a different circumstance too, because I don't think I know the 100% what you're talking about, but I think I have enough information because this Orochi fight didn't happen. Orochi he's not in the
he didn't exist.
Yeah, so you're probably talking about like this huge fight right here that we're talking about, and we also hate the length and like the stuff that's been in this fight, is regardless of how crazy and good it's been. Like this fight with Tatsumaki and like these past few chapters have been really, really good, and we've also been slicing between other people's fights as well. But like 100%, bro, it's been going on way too long. Like I mentioned, we're getting redraws every other like 2 chapters, and it's bi-weekly, if not bi-monthly or monthly or whatever. So it's not just like we've been getting chapter to chapter of like filler shit. It's like we're getting a pretty good fight. It's being
I'm not saying it's filler, bro. It's just taking too long, bro. Like Grimm, you're not understanding that I've been wanting to talk to you about Garou for so long that, bro, ever since I met you, I've been wanting to say like, yo, you like, bro, when you see like Garou at the end of this arc, you gonna go nuts. Like whatever you thought that you liked in a One Punch Man was like your favorite shit or whatever. When you see Garou at the end of this arc, he gonna be your favorite shit up until that point. And it's been 3 years, bro. That like, I think in 3 years, he's like, in terms of the webcomic, he's only gotten through like 10 chapters.
God,
that's fucking nuts, bro. That's nuts, bro. It's pissing me off. Like,
bro, we've gotten like at least like 70, no, like 60 chapters though.
Nah, bro. And I was saying 3 years, I probably only got at max like 40 to 50.
Nah,
you gotta remember, like. You gotta remember when this shit first, like when we first got on Discord, he was doing monthly. So like you would get 12 chapters a year, right? And then in 2019, I think he started doing the bi-monthly shit.
Nah, bi-weekly.
And then, bi-weekly. So you would get 2 chapters, which is basically 1 chapter, like the old chapter from 2018, which was like 80 pages, right? He would just split that up in between 2 chapters. So you would get...
that happened. That's true, but it didn't happen as quickly as what you're saying. Like that, it was more gradual. Like we haven't gotten another 80-page chapter in like years. I agree, but it's not like most of the chapters we're getting are just 15 pages or split like that. Like
no, y'all getting 40-page chapters, nigga.
Yeah, but like
that's what I'm saying.
It's longer than One Piece.
But what I'm saying is originally that's just a split up chapter of like 2018 chapters. If you got 80 pages in the 2018 and in 2019 you got 2 chapters a month, which is both 40 pages, nigga. What do you think that is?
Yeah, I agree. But
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I still think it's a little bit different because like even back then, I'm not even gonna say that because I don't remember too exactly like the spacing of the chapters back when he was releasing those 80 ones. I just know that before we would get like an 80-page chapter and then like not even a whole month later, it may even be 2 weeks sometimes, we'd get another 40-page or 30-page chapter after.
Nah, bro, he was putting that shit out every month. I remember.
Nigga was God.
He's putting that shit out every month, 80 pages every month, all in like 2018. And then in 2019, I would say like midway through it, he started doing split the chapter up. Like, so you get 40 pages. And then in like 2020, you started getting redraws and shit. Like,
unheard of,
bruh.
What the fuck is a redraw, man?
I don't know. And then it's like the redraws be retconning shit. Like, nigga, like if you're not like a big One Punch Man fan and you just read it like week to week, like, and you not like us or some shit, you're not even gonna know redraws exist, nigga.
Same thing like, on YouTube. Like half the niggas like they don't watch redraw live reactions; they just watch the original ones. And it's like some niggas, I don't know, bro. Like it's so. I've complained about this in other videos too, bro. That like they are ruining the community themselves. Like they themselves are impeding their growth. Not only by the redraws, but the crazy release schedule, the inconsistencies, and the fact they're constantly changing things. Like. You don't give any support for the anime. The anime comes out every fucking like 100 years because you're not making content consistently. You're like one of the few niggas like in the entire industry, like the Hunter x Hunter nigga or the Vagabond nigga who release whenever the fuck they want. Like, do something, bro. Like, do something consistent. Like, your shit's good. It's great. People buy it regardless. But if you want more growth, if you want to actually rival, because I think One Punch Man can rival the biggest in the shonen industry. Maybe not the top 3, top 4, because the shonen industry is like, it's built for that. It's weekly releases on constant short chapter lengths for a reason. Or it takes a 1 week out of the month break for a reason to be consistent. But like, I think with the content and the quality of art, like, we should be able to match up if he was consistent with some of these shonen series in terms of like releases or whatever. Because it's not like One Punch Man isn't one of the big ones ever. Like, ever manga ever, One Punch Man is like top 20 or some shit like that in regards to sales, I think, or something like that. It's a recognized.
It's not close.
Nah, fuck out of here.
It's not the top 20. I look at the top selling anime lists all the time because I just be wanting to see like where Demon Slayer is. Demon Slayer is like number 11.
Fucking One Punch Man.
No, I'm talking about ever. Demon Slayer is number 11 ever. I'm talking about like Bleach is number 10. Like at 120 million plus, Demon Slayer is 120 million plus. And between that and 20, fucking One Punch Man's not in it. One Punch Man, I think, is not even in like the top 30, bro. Like, we could go look at the list right now.
Yeah, pull it up.
But I mean, if you're talking about like in recent ages and shit, One Punch Man is definitely like a top 10, like.
Yeah, in terms of namesake,
Yeah, mainstay. Yeah. Like you got like Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, shit like that. I know what you're saying.
Popularity and shit like that. Yeah. So like, I feel like if he did have those other consistencies, or if like he had an actual plan for this seinen run, that this could be a competitive thing. But all in all, bro, I think that like technology.
It's one fault, bro.
Say again? Yeah.
It's one fault. Now listen, to me, it's literally like one fault because like when I think about it, the reason why I'm saying it's one fault is because where y'all at right now, like if you was to get like a weekly One Punch Man shit or some shit like that, y'all would be caught up to where the webcomic is way faster, right? But where like the webcomic is really not far from y'all, like, is what I'm saying. Like, I think but the webcomic is really not far from where y'all at. It's just like how long he's taken to get to that shit, right? So it's like one stopped doing the webcomic and just was like, okay, bet. Manuscripts. This is the story from now on, all in the manuscript, and you just got to draw out the manga. I'm not doing a webcomic no more because the webcomic is still like canon, bro. Like, it's just in the manga he introduced a different plot point, so that's running concurrently with the canon shit from the webcomic. Like, everything after this, bro, is still gonna happen. The story's still gonna develop like that. It's just gonna be a separate plot line that's only in a manga that develops alongside that shit. So if he stopped doing the webcomic and just was like, okay, this is how I want the story to go, boom, all in the manuscript instead of trying to draw out the webcomic, release, like, bro, he probably released like 3 chapters every 2 months or some shit in terms of the webcomic, bro. So it's like, if he stopped that, wrote only a manuscript and let him do just the manga, we'd be further. Like, you could have like season 3 of One Punch Man and shit, but it's like, bro, y'all too close. Like, bro, the webcomic is only like 130 chapters or some shit like that. So like, where y'all at right now is like, in terms of the webcomic, is in between like chapter 80 and 81 or some shit like that, 85, 86, nigga. So like, think about that.
It's like almost like only one arc.
Yeah, y'all literally only one arc away from where we are in the fucking webcomic. That's what I'm saying. So instead of doing that, he should just write out manuscripts now and let him just do that shit. But even then, I don't know, bro, because like, nigga, we get redraws and he's still in between 2 chapters for a year.
Bro, there's really no excuse for this redraw shit, bro. Like, I was hyping it up because when I like the redraws, when we get those Tide Emperor redraws, that was like, that made it for me. Like, that made the character for me. But like, to be honest, now that I'm not liking the redraws, bro, like, what is this, bro? Like, you're telling me that when you draw the chapter the first time, you didn't do it good enough, or that you didn't put enough effort into it that you had to redo it? Like,
it's not even that. It's, nigga, he left shit out. Like, this is my thing, right? Because they introduced that new plot line with Orochi and shit, he'd draw the chapter and then notice like, oh shit, I left something out that's key for this plot point that's only in a manga. So now,
bro, it doesn't make sense to me, bro. Are you telling me they don't have? This is a multi-million-dollar IP. Like you're telling me they don't have a
How did he
sufficient.
fuck up like that? That's what I don't know, Grim, but that's what I could like assume, because it's like that's the only time he's done redraws, bro, is when it's on, like in this arc. No time before this arc when it was just like fucking, it was 1-to-1 with the webcomic. Did you get a redraw? It's only with this new plot point where all this Orochi shit, psychosis, all that shit, that you get redraws. You feel me?
That makes sense actually. That it's because I think it has only been this arc. I mean, no, because remember, the Metal Bat stuff got. Remember when Metal Bat hit the lid, the sewer lid, in one iteration, the sewer lid bounces off of multiple walls or multiple buildings, and then goes at Garou. But in the anime and in the actual released manga volume version, it's a direct like return. Like he didn't calculate it like that, because one said it made it seem like Metal Bat was more skilled than he is or than he wants him to be or something like that. So it's not like they haven't made.
Okay, that itself is probably just like a discrepancy issue between like Murata drew that shit and this is what one actually wanted it to be. That itself is something different than like the rest of the redraws, though, bro. Like the Child Emperor versus Phoenix Man, that don't happen in a webcomic. Most of everything that gets redrawn is shit that don't happen in the webcomic, bro.
But I mean, we were told that he has more creative freedom to add things as long as he's on page or is in communication.
Oh, yeah, he's on page with one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that's my problem, though. Like, I'm still saying that the first process for every other manga we've read, for most of the things that we see in this industry, it's the first process. You tell them what to do, or you agree upon it, you draw it, you release it, and that's what we have. But here, they're supposedly agreeing upon it, releasing it, and then you want to, like, change it, like, a week or two before the actual release of the volume, or it's going to be permanent. Like, and they're doing this, like you said, the entire time this arc. For the majority of the chapters, I think almost every single chapter of this arc has been redrawn. Almost. Because
it's little tidbits that's what I'm saying, bro. What I feel like is there is a general consensus on what this plot line is supposed to be, but then because this is a new plot line, it's not like they got it all the kinks work out to make it miss the new plot line fit into the story of what the webcomic was and all of that shit, right? So when they do it, they put it out, they realize like, oh, I could have made like this could tie into this better and add this scene here, and that's when they do the redraws. You feel me? Because it's like they might got a general consensus on like, yeah, this is a plot line right here. Orochi wanted to go like this, and this, but then trying to make that plot line fit into the act, like inserting that into something that's already there. You got to make everything fit, like all of that shit connect. And at certain points in times that they probably be like, it don't connect well enough, so let's go redraw and add the shit to make it connect better.
But that's
what you get what I'm saying.
I get that, bro. But it's like,
it's dumb.
Again, yeah.
Why didn't y'all have that the first time?
Exactly.
And what I'm saying is because this plot line is like it's only a general it's only a general consensus of how they want it to go. I don't feel like they got like a complete manuscript of like the fucking Orochi plot line to where it's like word for word you could just grab that, put it in the manga. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say they moving on the fly, but you know how fucking they did Dragon Ball Super, where Akira Toriyama was like, this is the plot line, follow that. I feel like they got something like that with just more details.
I don't.
It's just weird, bro. It's stupid. It's definitely stupid.
It has to be. The only thing I could think of personally is that they're trying to reiterate or change it. Like the Phoenix Man fight, they took away several parts of that. Like they removed it from the original good redraw. They took out those parts and added more talking stuff. From the Atomic Samurai fight, they removed like some of his attacking, some of his like his strongest technique. They took that out. So it's like I think what I've been hearing. This people probably just trying to placate me, trying to make me feel better, is that they're removing those to add them in later in a more pivotal part of the fight. And because I know that we're still reaching towards more climaxes, it's not just the Orochi situation that we got, it's not just the Cyrochi situation we got. We still have Garou that's still there, and gonna be a villain. And we haven't.
You smart.
Yeah.
You smart. Yeah. Because Mo a dumbass nigga. He think the arc is over. He think the arc is over once we beat Cyrochi, bro. I'm like, dude, how did you forget about Garou, bro? Like, but this arc started out as the hero hunter arc. So like, you gotta understand, like, of the okay, so this is a big saga to me. Like like arcs consistent sagas and shit. So the start of the saga was you finding out about Garou and his ascension. Why wouldn't you think the end of the saga is the end? Like Garou, like that just don't make sense, bro. It's
No.
stupid.
I mean, because okay. Remember, don't spoil me or anything. Don't give me no.
I'm not.
Yeah. The reason why Garou to me is so beloved is because he's a literal main character. He's not just the main villain, he's a main character. We follow Garou through his obstacles. The storyline has been about Garou. Garou has, for all intents and purposes, replaced Saitama as the main character for several parts of the story already.
Mm-hmm.
And not just in this arc, primarily in other arcs. And since the invasion
in this saga,
saga.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my whole point. The saga. That I think the fact that it's a saga, that we don't have a defined point for the end of the saga yet. It could be this arc. It looks like it's going to be this arc. 99% is going to be this arc. I could tolerate somebody arguing something different. They have to give me more evidence for it or proof. One of the guys in the podcast said that Garou probably isn't gonna die, so there may be reason as to why his arc wouldn't end this part here, and that's fine. I still think that overall, if he does survive, that this arc right here that we're in is gonna be his final stance, the resolution to his main problem. After this will be a different problem if he is alive. But 99%, my belief is that he's gonna die. And that he's gonna reach a point to where he can't be redeemed, even though we're trying to redeem him. Or at least that's my wishful thinking. That like to actually add good development and not make some kiddie shit. Sure, introduce that this character could possibly be redeemed, even put him on the path of redemption, but then stop short or take that away from him, or don't let him reach that point. Like to show some diversity in the story, because is everybody just gonna get saved and shit? This isn't One Piece where you don't kill niggas. Like,
okay, Grimm, I'm not gonna spoil you. But what do you know about Garou? Like, tell me, what do you think his character is?
So Garou's character is based off of the bullying principle that when he was a kid, he encountered so many dynamics as to where he was the outcast of a group, and the cover or the labels for the outcast were heroes and villains. That whenever they would play, he would be considered as the outcast, the villain, and all the heroes would beat up on him, and it would be victorious and rightful and correct for another individual to always triumph over him. So because of that, a correlation that he had, he's now in he's now having some
dilemma.
Yeah, some dilemma to where he now is going to enforce his victory, that the opposite way that villains.
Now look, what happens at the end of season 2 of One Punch Man, the anime?
I think it's Garou gets saved by Phoenix Man.
But before the Bang fight, when he fight all them A-class heroes, what does Garou do? Why did he fight them the way he fought them?
Because he was a monster? I don't. What do you mean?
You forgetting a key aspect of that, bro. He saved that little ass boy.
Oh yeah,
that's the only reason why he fought them that.
Yeah, for sure. He had to save Tadio. Yeah.
How the fuck do you even know that fat ass kid name?
I told you, bro. I have to know what I'm talking about, bro. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so listen, Grimm. So when you think about that, why would you think? I don't know, bro. To me, it's with no spoilers, but he got a dilemma in between. He don't the society as what they portray a hero and a villain as. He's trying. It's weird, bro. He just don't know. He feel like this what the society portrays as hero and villains is stupid. So he's like, I bet. So if y'all gonna say this is a villain and y'all gonna portray me as the villain, I'm going to be the villain. But then when you look at his actual character and who he is as a person, he a alright dude, bro. He really a alright dude. He went and saved that little ass fat boy. He always was kind to the fat boy, even though he's telling him yeah, nigga, I'm evil, I'm villain. Nigga, he still saved that nigga life. So he got a dilemma in himself to a point where it's he don't know what he really truly want to do. That's why it's you ain't in the latest chapter, not the latest chapter, my bad, probably 4. This is 4 chapters ago when he fight Darkshine. He just started that monsterification shit. But earlier, he been saying oh, I'm a villain, da 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 da. But he never, that shit never happened. You see, he was conflicted. That's why I'm like, I don't know, Grimm.
No, yeah, we got that. What you're talking about. We're getting that development. That's the good part of this arc. That's the clear original One Punch Man development. And I'll give more credit to what you're saying about the webcomic. Like whenever Murata strays away from the webcomic, it does clearly seem different. Like 100%, we can identify that because it's different from the rest of the story. The rest of the story has been crisp, pristine, and fits perfectly as it's going along. The recent chapters for Garou directly and verbatim express what you're talking about. We had already been alluding to the fact that Garou would probably have his final decision be made by Tario or not, like whether Tario is dying or something that pivots on top of Tario. But this chapter or the recent chapter immediately alluded to what you just said. Like we got 3 panels of Garou. There was one where he was like turning into a monster in great pain, and then he saw a face of a picture of Tario in his head, and then that changed his entire expression. And then after it changed his entire expression, it returned back to an even more gruesome, more debilitated, monstrous form to show that like even with the thought of Tario in his head, he can't stop this process right now. So yeah, so like 100%, and that actually helps me like accept more so that like the concrete parts of this arc so far have been directly correlated with the webcomic, or the parts that we're complaining about may be more loosely associated with like Murata's freedom or like maybe inconsistencies.
I feel like bro, everything that like you would say like is an inconsistency is basically just the plot line with like Orochi. Like, because if we went through the manga right now and you was like, yo, this is the inconsistency, this is the inconsistency, I was like, I bet this didn't happen in the webcomic, this didn't happen in the webcomic. Like, it's just so it's weird, bro. Like, it's giant crazy. Like, so that's why I'm like, it's still good though. Like, I still fuck with like the Orochi shit, all of that shit. I still fuck with all of that shit, bro. But I just wish it would I just wish I could talk to you about the end of this arc. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, I just wish I could talk to you about this shit, bro. I really just, like you, Mo, Spidey, I wish I could talk to y'all niggas about like this shit. Well, Spidey actually read the webcomic, so I could talk to Spidey. But like you and Mo, I wish I could, bro. But y'all like, it's crazy, bro. Like we've been in between 2 chapters for like a year and a half or some shit, and it's pissing me, bro.
Dude,
you don't know, I be wanting to spoil y'all niggas, but I know I'm not disrespectful and shit.
Yeah, don't do that, bro.
No, I know I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just saying, like, fuck, bro. We've been in between 2 chapters for a year and a half. Like, I remember talking to y'all niggas like, yo, in like 2 years, I'll finally be able to talk to y'all about that shit. It's been 2 years, and I still can't talk to y'all about that shit.
A whole coronavirus, bro. A whole pandemic, man. And you still ain't talking about it.
Bro, fucking, I was watching this Zhoniin video, and nigga, the way Zhoniin put it, bro, it's probably gonna be another 4 years before y'all get to the end of this arc, or like 3. Like, bro, that's actually crazy. Like, bro, 3 years to get to the end of this arc, bro.
I don't know, bro. They'll be exaggerating, bro. I don't know.
No, bro, listen, the only way he would be wrong is if fucking he speeds shit up. But if he going at the same pace now, it's gonna be 3 years until y'all get to the end of this arc. Like literally, Grimm. Like at the same pace, projected 3 years. But if he speeds shit up, probably like a year and a half, maybe 2.
Because I think to a certain extent, like, I don't think we're gonna be in this like little redraw like mist forever. Like I don't expect
forever.
That. Yeah. Like it almost seems like that right now because right now the feeling that I'm getting and some of the people in the Discord are getting is that like whenever we get time to close to another volume release, we're gonna get a whole like line of redraw chapters where there's 2 or 3 in a row. That's what's gonna happen. That's what happened last time. So that's what people are scared of. That we're gonna get like a whole month of waiting just for a redrawn chapter that was gonna be short or were unsatisfactory, like it happened like 2 times in a row now. So
probably gonna last until like the end of the Sairochi shit, bro. Like whenever the Sairochi plot line end is when the redraws stop and they just go right back to like the webcomic shit. So whenever we finally know like yo Sairochi's done and shit, that's probably when the redraws is gonna stop. Because everything after that should be straight.
They're not of the chapters though. Like he doesn't redraw like the last chapter. He redraws like 15 chapters or 10 chapters ago. That's what I'm saying. Like the volumes are releasing like 15, 20 chapters ago, and he's redrawing those. So if you're saying that Sairochi, the thing that we're still in right now, that might not end for another 3 to 4 months, you're saying that there could be a mist of redraws for like for that means that like for a whole another year and a half we'll be on that. Because what volumes release like every like 4 months, some shit like that. Like how many volumes you get in a year?
It's probably like, bro, it's weird because usually with volumes you probably get like 10. You get like 10 chapters in a volume, right? At max, and I think like 8 at the least. So like, I don't know, bro. It's weird. I don't know. I really don't know. And then like, bro, I don't know how long this Orochi shit is gonna last because, but even in the last chapter, it still don't seem like y'all done defeating her. Even with like fucking, well maybe the resolution could come because fucking Tatsumaki just threw that big ass spear shit at her and shit. But like, I don't know, bro. It's just crazy.
Bro, there's nothing in the story alluding to ending right now. Like maybe 40%. I'll give that to you. But
no, like bro, the
Psycho's left, so she's not in that body anymore. But I have no reason to believe that this is gonna kill Orochi. This nigga survived the Saitama punch. Like what? No, this ain't gonna kill him.
No. Listen. The reason why I say like it could is because it's like it's because of like what she did to like that big ass tree shit or whatever, and then like throwing that at her could probably like that probably could win because like she was already on like the last ropes and shit. Then Genos and that Genos motherfucking what's the name shit, they combined, they did what they did, and plus Tatsumaki, that could be the end of it. But y'all still gonna get redraws though. You right, y'all still gonna get redraws for probably like another 6 months.
100%. I'm like, and that's going off of what you just said. What we'd agreed upon here. Like we've agreed upon from what the information that we can like coalesce that like most likely these niggas is redrawn the Orochi type fight stuff, and that ends in a few months hopefully. And they've been redrawing non-Orochi stuff since before this, most of shit in this arc. So arguably worst possible case scenario, like the moon dropping scenario, bruh, is like he redraws every single chapter once a month. That's the worst case scenario.
That's a fact.
I don't think it'll happen because he has to release current chapters in order to keep the flow moving, but I don't think it'd be crazy for us to see like a redraw a month or a redraw every 2 months or like a chapter every 2 months because every second month is a redraw or something like that. Like,
yeah, that's a fact. I just can't wait for y'all to get back to the fucking cadres. That's all that's when I know like, oh, we back on track. Whenever y'all start fighting the cadres again, I know y'all back on track.
Shit.
Like, and dude, like
it's looking slim, bitch. We're gonna talk about this in the podcast, but the cadres is supposed to be in that big ass spear, nigga.
You think that they in that spear?
Bro, that's where they were. They were in the base. Everybody got lifted up and out of the base, and now she lifted the base up and put it in the spear and squished it. Like, all the cadres are in that spear.
Nah, bro, I think that they in a rubble. They in a rubble like Saitama and them.
Bro, you spoiling, nigga?
No, I'm saying I'm thinking they in the rubble.
Nah, bro. Cause they like, nah, bro. Them niggas.
I got kicked out. My bad. But I'm not spoiling you. I'm just saying, like, I think they in the rubble. Like, nigga, this shit could go completely different. Cause you right, they was in the base. But like, you gotta remember, like, Saitama and them was also technically there, and they was like inches away from being in that fucking rubble shit. You feel me? So like, why would Saitama and them escape and then like the other niggas not?
Yeah, you're right. They got a purpose in the story. Yeah, that's the only saving grace.
To me, that'd be so dumb, bro. If she just one shot at every cadre.
And that'll end the arc. So that'll end it like you gotta get faster.
That'd be so dumb, bro. She just one shot at every cadre, like in an attack that she didn't even mean to one shot them in. Come on,
and Garou too, bro. Low key, Garou might really be in that base there.
Dude, shut up, dude. Motherfucking nigga, he not bro. Listen, Garou not that far from Darkshine, bitch ass. So like, nigga, why wouldn't Darkshine get caught up in it, but Garou was, dude? Shut up.
Cause he got lifted out, bro.
Dude, shut up.
She about to one shot the whole association there. Oh shit. Nah, but I'm definitely liking One Punch right now. I could see myself rereading or reading One Piece, but like I don't know. I think I would have to start either from Whole Cake or Wano from the beginning, because I'm not feeling Wano at all, and I'm gonna need some like some inspiration of some good shit to deal with all the delays in Wano, at least, bro. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Shit, man, Grimm, you might, I don't know, but you might fuck with like the Kaizen. You might fuck with Jujutsu Kaisen.
No,
You should watch like
that shit looks weird to me, bro. I don't want to. And niggas have already like thrown that weird ass hype on it to where they're sucking it for no reason. Like, I get it's crazy sales. I get Demon Slayer's crazy sales, but I'm not hopping on
no,
that
Grimm.
kid shit,
Grimm, I promise you, like, Grimm, I promise you, knowing you will fuck with Jujutsu.
Ain't the
Kaisen.
powers crazy weird too, bro? This nigga's eyes are changing, and they're like they bring people to different dimensions and shit. Like,
no, that's not how. Listen, bro. Jujutsu Kaisen got like a power system and shit. It's kind of like, if I had to compare it to some shit, it's probably like motherfucking Nen to a certain extent.
Exactly, bro. That crazy.
But it's not like,
bro. Nen is a system used in the weirdest animes out there, bro. It's not just Hunter x Hunter, bro. Hunter x Hunter is not the only system that uses Nen, bro. There are plenty of other ones, and those are like the weirdest, like the weeaboo ones where they have the crazy ass power, like. I don't know, bro. Nen allows you to do crazy ass shit, and I'm not saying that they have the same principles or the same rules for Nen, or even that Kaizen is using Nen. Use it as an example, but like, come on, bro. They have some crazy. I bet Kaizen has crazy ass powers.
No, it does. It really does, bro. It has crazy ass powers. But, bro, Grimm, I promise you, if you watch like the first 2 to 3 episodes of Kaizen, nigga, you wouldn't drop it. I know that for facts. You would not drop Kaizen after. Listen, Grimm. Probably later on today, bro. Let's stream like the first 2 episodes of Kaizen. I'll stream them. I bet you'll be like, yo, bitch, I fuck with this shit. Yo, that nigga right there. That nigga right there, ultimate.
You know what? I'll probably give it a chance for anything, bro. Black Clover, be low key, bro. Cause it'll.
I fuck with Black Clover, my favorite shit, bro. Yeah. I fuck with Asta as a main character more than I fuck with a lot of main characters. I fuck with him more than I fuck with Luffy, Naruto, motherfucking Deku. Like, bro, like. I fuck with that boy. I fuck with what's the name, but like, bro, Kaizen as a story is different, Grimm, and I mean that though. It's a reason. It's not. I'm gonna put it to you like this. It's not the Demon Slayer shit, bro. It's definitely not that. It's really a reason why Jujutsu Kaisen is selling the way it's selling. This shit is actually that good, bro.
You sure, bro? Niggas have said that before, bro.
Grimm, I promise you,
and niggas
bro,
will buy anything, bro.
It's not that. Yo, listen. It's not that. Like, I'm gonna put it to you like this. The only reason why motherfucking Demon Slayer did as good as it did, right, is because it's that Japanese shit to where like you fight these niggas with swords and then you can redeem these niggas afterwards and shit, right? That's what Japanese niggas love. They love that redemption shit. Like, everybody got like that. You could redeem these niggas. Japanese niggas love that shit. That's why like that shit blew up over there. It's the culture and shit. But bro, this Jujutsu Kaisen shit is something completely different, bro. I mean, like, niggas is dying in this shit, bro. I'm talking about niggas. You be like, yo, he gonna be a main character. Dead.
Nigga, that Attack on Titan came through with that shit, bro. When I first came up, I was like, nigga, the main character died. What? Like, nah, bro, no, bro. I done heard promises like that before, bro. And then
listen,
niggas get knocked out.
Later on the day, we share the same time zone too. Later on the day at like 8, bro. Let's stream the first 2 episodes. For real. Or we could do it now. Cause matter of fact, no, we can't do it now. You organizing some shit to stream and shit. Yeah. But whenever you got free time, bro, let me know. I promise you, bro. We stream the first 2 episodes of Kaizen. You can be like, I bet. Let's keep going.
All right. I'll be down at like 8 o'clock. All right, bet.
But I promise, Grimm, listen. Yo, you listen, bro. It's either you gonna be a Gojo Mite or a Sakun.
What the fuck, bro? Nigga, hell, don't call me a coon, nigga. What the fuck, bro?
No, I said a Sakun.
Bro, what the fuck is that, bro?
Bro, listen, because like I'm gonna put it to you like this. You know how in like One Piece it's like, yo, you a Mihawk fan or you a Zoro fan? I mean, a Mihawk fan or you a Shanks fan, right? They kind of got that in Jujutsu Kaisen to where it's like, nigga, it's a nigga that stated to be the strongest curse, and then it's a nigga that stated to be the strongest human. And it's like, yo, you gotta pick. I ain't gonna say you gotta pick a side, but bro, everybody picks a side. See, you and like my little nickname for this shit is Gojo Mite or you a Sakun. And Grimm, I'm not gonna lie, you probably gonna be a Sakun.
What, bro?
You probably gonna be a Sakun, Grimm. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Alright, we'll give it a chance, nigga. We'll see, bro. It should better. You better not have to watch fucking like 8 episodes to see if it's good or not, bro.
Oh no, bro. Listen, that's what I'm saying. In the first 2 episodes, nigga, you gonna be like, yeah, this shit's fire. Like literally, the first 2 episodes, bro. And then like, I would say like by episode 5, you immersed in that shit. By like the 5th episode, you like, yeah, bet I gotta. Like the first 2 episodes are gonna keep you intrigued. By episode 5, you're gonna be like, yeah, this shit is right here. This shit right here, I gotta keep watching.
All right, nigga.